not as good as I hoped. But at the end of the day, we were stretched out defensively as well, and we changed that a little bit in the second half. And of course, I think they ran out of gas a little bit, so a little bit of both, which changed the game, and we got a chance to score 2 more goals.
Yeah, it looked to us like they looked sluggish or tired, or maybe just not quite on top of their game. Your team, the U.S., you were saying that that extra day of rest can mean a lot, and we all looked at you like, well, okay, but was it that, or what was it? Because it sure didn't look like the same team that we'd seen in the last few games.
I think it a couple of things. That plays, the fact that you get another day, it's huge. And if you 50-50 situation, and they did well, and they last for a long time, and I give that the third day. The other thing is what's happening in the women's game, and I've said it so many times, you can't take anything for granted. So I've bet that Costa Rica, they look at Germany, for instance. They played 2-2 against Spain. That never happened before. And Norway, they're losing, so now they believe that they can win. And that is important for the women's game. And I could actually see, when you look at the body language, how the way they played, they really believe that they can win that game. And if you look back for many games, let's say 5, 6, 7 years ago, that never happened. It does, and that's why I repeat myself and saying I always respect the game and the opponent.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could talk about the introduction of Morgan and what she meant to the team. It seemed like you were knocking on the door a little bit before that, but talk about her impact.
I talked to Alex Morgan, and I asked her how she felt when Sid LaRue came in the game, and she didn't. She's playing in the World Cup and done very well. And this is a very competitive team, and she looked at me, and I wanted an honest answer. She said, I don't think you want that answer. Great. That tells a little bit about how badly she wants to play. And our, coaching is all about the team. And seeing Alex Moore coming off the bench, that is a sparkle. Not only she believes in that she can score goals, but also the team. I feel that the team believes that she can score goals as well. So I thought it was pretty good coaching to begin with. And I'm very happy for her that she scored a goal. It means a lot for her, for me, and for the team.
Pia, hope settled you down early when the defense was sort of was tattered. Did you always know she was going to play? And you talk about her early sort of rescue of the team until everybody settled down.
Say it again.
Hope.
Hope.
She came. I mean, she made 2 early saves, a diving save, and came off her line and sort of settled everybody down, I think.
That is Hope Solo. We have Hope Solo. No other country have Hope Solo, and when she came out, that was an important save. And I think I give credit to Paul Rogers and to the other 2 goalkeepers that are here, Jill Lloyd and Nicole Barnhart, because she can't just take things for granted either and settle down. And she really needs to bring her game to every time play, and I'm very happy about that save. It's good for her. It's good for the team. It's good for me.
Correct.
You look ahead now to this Olympic tournament, and there's 12 teams that are going to be in it, and some teams like Germany are not going to be there, and some totally new teams like Cameroon and South Africa are, and Australia won't be there. I mean, how do you see this tournament from, we're a ways out, but it's an unusual looking tournament?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been in this tournament, and I want to qualify and make sure that we do whatever we can to qualify. So I will answer your question in a couple of weeks. No, I can't.
We have 2 more questions. Pia, could you talk about the play of Kelly O'Hara coming into a new position tonight?
Yes, she has a lot of energy, and the fact that Ali Krieger, she's injured, and we're looking at different options in the back. And I think that will be an ongoing coaching to find the back four. So you will probably see different setup with the back four, and not being as consistent as we've been previously. But at the end of the day, I know that it's very important to have a back four playing together many minutes. Today, I don't know who those four will be. Kelly did okay. The reason why she's there is she's an attacking personality. She needs a lot of coaching defensively, of course. But we use our positive eyes, and we hope that she will put that together and compete for a spot.
Well, up until now, it's the most important game of the year. It qualifies us for the Olympics. It's a great feeling. You know, no matter what the scoreline is, I think everybody could kind of feel the immense, not pressure, but I guess just how big that game was. You know, first half we scored a goal, but there were moments where I think Costa Rica were outplaying us, and just shows you exactly how important it was to all of us. You know, nobody wanted to make that mistake, and luckily we didn't. We kept a clean sheet. No, I mean we know that sometimes under big game circumstances, players can get a little tight, and you just got to kind of deal with it. Costa Rica's a good team. They've got some really crafty players. Shirley Cruz is one of the best central midfielders, especially for them, at least in CONCACAF, and she proved to be dangerous for their team. Well, that's a little bit of a momentum shifter in some ways. You know, they were quite, in my opinion, loud. You know, they were very energetic on the field. They were excited. Credit to them for that. But you know, at the end of the day, I think even if that ball does go in, I think that we regroup. I think we did a really great job regrouping for the second half. Coming out, it was almost as if we scored that goal and nobody really wanted to get stuck into a tackle. We were kind of playing a little bit soft, and we fixed that for the second half, and I think that's what it showed. Well, just that. You know, we got to calm down, get the ball on the ground, keep possession of the ball. We're just giving the ball, and then they're just starting to get a little bit of the momentum under them. When a team gets momentum, sometimes they can take control of the game. So we wanted to just quit that. We wanted to come out in the second half and actually just play hard. We needed to play like Americans play. Get stuck in a tackle, make something happen. And luckily, Carly made something happen on that second goal. It was a big uplifter for us. Alex always brings us hard, you know. It's interesting because not often am I flicking the ball when I'm up there by myself, but when Alex comes on, I'm going to flick on the ball as much as I possibly can because she's so good at getting in behind defenses and she's so strong on the ball. And I love that left foot of hers.
You know, you gotta do what's best for the team. We had to weigh the options. We had to weigh the risk versus the reward. You know, if I tore my quad all the way, it'd be out 4 to 8 weeks. So we absolutely had to weigh the consequences. And Nicole Barnhart would have been ready if we asked her to.
When did you know you were ready?
I made the final decision. We all made the final decision pretty late today, this afternoon.
Carly's got like as many goals now in this tournament as she had all of last year. What's going so well for her? What's she doing out there?
Well, you know, I think putting Laurentini in the spot where they can really connect helps. It really allows her to just pass the ball more and have more movement. She used to be kind of the one who was supposed to change her point of attack. She sat back, she played balls left, she played balls right. Now that's more Shannon Box's role. She sits back a little and it frees up Carly to go forward and combine. So I think in this system, this is more the system that she likes to play in.
Hope in a close game, how important were those saves by you?
You know, like I said, going into to the locker room at halftime 1-0, it wasn't comfortable for us at all. I knew that anything could happen. I had a wake-up call, or I actually thought back to the final against Japan. We thought it was in the bag, we thought it was our game to win, and we were proved differently. So I had that in the back of my mind. I knew that anything could happen. A 1-0 lead is not good enough. A PK could be called. Anything could happen. So I stayed focused, and I knew they were going to try to start to pull the trigger. So I was really happy with this.
You had to make two really early saves, kind of settle everybody down. I think once you came off the line.
Yeah, I think we started playing into the emotions of the game. It got a little physical, a little testy out there. We got into it, they got into it. We let the ref, it kind of upset us with the lack of calls. So, it's one of those games where you let your emotions get into it because everything's on the line. It's either you win or you're not going to the Olympics. So we had to calm ourselves down. We had to settle ourselves down, and I think making a couple saves, not freaking out about it. There's little things you can do to help your team. I know Piercy made a run up to Abby to make sure everybody settled down.
Costa Rica played very hard, and you guys definitely made it tricky for us at times.
It probably makes amends. You had that header that kind of went awry a little bit earlier in the game, and then open shot. You guys just weren't quite as tidy early on as you've been in this tournament, right?
Yeah. I think Costa Rica put some pressure on us and did a good job, So, of course, there's a little falls here and there, but ultimately, we got the win.
The collective sigh of relief now that this is London is booked in your passport.
Yeah, definitely.